to Ask Nehru. I am Nehru, and today we are going to dive into an important aspect of Angular routing, that is, configuring the router outlet and navigation links. By the end of this session, you will have a clear understanding of how to use the router outlet directive to enable seamless navigation between different views or components in your Angular application. Let's get started. First thing first, what is router outlet? Well, router outlet is an Angular directive that works like a placeholder in your HTML. Whenever a route is activated, the Angular router uses this directive to display the corresponding component for that route. Think of it as a stage in a theater. Depending on the route, the stage shows different scenes or components. So, this makes it an essential feature for building dynamic single page applications. So, step by step implementation. So, step one, we'll set up the basic routes, and the second step, we will add the router outlet in the main template or whatever module or component we want. And the third step, we will configure the navigation links using the router link. Now let's get into the coding. In the last video, I have shown you the basic routes and router outlets, everything. But now I'm going to show you in detail. So here we have routes array. So route array will have path and the relevant component or module. And we have path matches. Suppose if the user don't know what is the router path is going to be, then he will be redirected to home component. For that we should keep path is equal to empty and router redirected to should be home component or whatever component you want to redirect them to. And similarly, if the user type some URL, type some path mistakenly, that has to be redirected to the home component. So for that we have given redirect to. And what is this path match full? If the path matches this particular empty string, then it will redirect to the home component. And there is a path match prefix also there, one more property, path match prefix. So if we give path match prefix, so whatever we give here, for example shop, if we use a type shop, then again it will redirect to the home component. Now we give path match full. Okay, that we give empty so that it will redirect to the empty path, that is home component. So these are basic setup. We are setting up everything in the for root. Root is nothing but the app root component. So from here we can load the module also that we have discussed in the previous video. We just give the link in the icon here. So the next step, we will go to the router outlet. So router outlet we have given here in the component.html. This is the router outlet. This is the placeholder where our component is going to be displayed based on the router. Okay, then we are going to see the toolbar component. So in the toolbar component we have the router link. Okay, so this is a button, so it's a header button, we can say navigation buttons. So while clicking this button, so this login, the word login is going to be attached in the URL. And what happens? The it goes to the URL, and the Angular router listens to this particular path. For example, in this case, login. Then in the app route, we have login. Then login's corresponding component is login component. Then this login component is going to be displayed in the router outlet. Through the router outlet, the app.component.html is going to be displayed. This is the whole process runs. Now let me show you the demo. Okay, so in this output we have a login component. So when the user clicks it, what happens? So this login, I have clicked the login, right? I show you the VS Code because I have clicked the login. Let me show you the VS Code now. So I have clicked the login. So this router link takes that login and attaches to the URL in the search engine. Okay. So let's see now. You see, it is attached already. So when we click it, the same word or the path is attached with this one. What happens next? The Angular router listens to this path, I mean the login path. So what is that? What is that Angular router? Where it observes? So Angular listens to this path. That this path is login path, and this login path invokes the component called login component. When it invokes, this array contains roots. So this root is being attached to the router module. This router module is nothing but the router outlet which we see here. So through the router outlet directive, that particular component loads and displays in front of our eyes. So that is what happening here in front of our eyes. So this login component is loaded and visible in front of our eyes. So what suppose if I click this sign up? The same, when I click sign up, so register is attached here, and the Angular router listens to this router change, and for the register in the VS Code we have register and register component. So this register component loads. So what is there in the register component? This register component has the registering details, username and many other things. So register new user, update older user, the many logics are there here. That's what we are watching this in the output. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you for watching throughout the video. So please stay tuned for next upcoming videos. We will cover more advanced routing techniques, including including how it works with the parameters, query parameters. So make sure to like, share and subscribe to AskNehru for more Angular insights. See you in the next video. Thank you.